I'm going to take that, but it's still not that good. Hey, just in case you don't know me, my name's Travis Garza. I'm the student pastor here at Pottsville FBC. I'm glad that you guys are all here, because if you're here, that means you're going to Falls Creek, or you got a kiddo going to Falls Creek. I am recording this because normally I wouldn't do that, so don't take advantage of this, but we're recording it this year because we got so many people on vacation and I guess at AAU tournaments. So we're recording to kind of keep up with them so that they can know what's going on. Listen, don't worry though. I'm going to make it really hard for them, okay? You're lucky you're here, because they've got to take a quiz at the end of the video to prove to me they watched the video. So just be glad that you're here. But I am excited that you guys are here. We're going to have a lot of fun this year. We are taking a lot of people. And so with that comes a lot of different, what's the word I want to look for here? A lot of different things that we got to navigate. And so we're going to talk about those things that we're navigating today. So there are a lot of different things that we've got going on this year. So just bear with me. Can anybody else besides me see this hair? Okay, so you're right, you're closest to me. Can you tell him that there's a hair in my hand? Bro, I can't even see it now. So that I'm not crazy. See, he can kind of see it, so it counts. Anyhow, you never know when hairs are going to float around here. It's not mine, obviously, so one of y'all's losing hair and it's floating up to the stage. So I want to show you guys a little bit of Falls Creek if you've never seen it before. So I've got a video from when we went last year to Falls Creek. I don't know if there's any sound or not. We're just kind of playing it with our AV team. They're not up there. So, but Becca's at that. But I think if you turn it up, it may just be Forrest Frank. So we'll see what happens. All right. So if nothing else, you can kind of see a little bit of what Falls Creek is. If the red button is still clicked, that means it's muted, but make sure you turn it down before you unmute it. I'll take that. All right, now you can take her back down. So just a little bit. I wanted you to see just a snippet. I can't show you everything with Falls Creek because it would take too long, but it's an amazing place where we have a ton of fun. There'll be 8,000 students the week that we're there, and so they run that 8 weeks. So if you can do math, that's a lot of kids. And so it's going to be packed, but we're going to have a lot of fun. So I want to go through and talk about some things because we are doing things differently when it goes to us leaving because of some logistical issues we're having to meet. So we're leaving a little bit early this year. So we're going to be leaving at 7:15, which means you have to be on campus by 6:30, okay? All y'all be gasping. It's not that early, all right? I know it's summer, okay, but y'all can handle this, okay? July 20th, a week from tomorrow, we will need everybody on campus by 6:30. Okay, when you get on campus at 6:30, you will see the trailer out front at our main entrance over here. Take your main bags that you aren't wanting to take on the buses and drop it at the back end of that trailer. Don't worry about putting it in. We got people who will put it in for you, okay? But bring your main bag, drop it at the back side of that trailer, and go ahead and walk into here, okay? We'll do check-in and everything in here. But be here by 6:30 so that you've got time to get your stuff to the trailer, get in here. We're going to check everybody in, make sure we've got everybody, take a group photo and all that fun stuff. And then we are going to be leaving out of here at 7:15. We will be taking 2 buses this year. There's no specific thing about them. This isn't the upperclassmen bus and this is the lowerclassmen bus. This isn't the girls bus. This isn't the guys bus. We just have 2 buses, okay? So just get on a bus. Just know my one rule every year, and it never changes. Guys can't sit with girls, okay? So no guys with girls on a seat. You can sit front and behind each other, but not in the same seat together. So get on any bus. I don't care. Now, if it looks like the bus is getting to capacity, go to the other bus. All right, that's why I'm paying for 2 buses. Don't put 75 of y'all in one and 10 in the other, because then I'm paying for nothing. All right, so split them up. Give yourself some space so you can take a nap and do all the things you guys do before we get to Falls Creek. But we're going to leave here at 7:15, and what's different this year is because we're taking 2 buses and because there's 96 of y'all, we can't just roll up into Chick-fil-A like we used to and be like, hey, I need a number 2 with this and this, that we can't do that. We'll shut the whole store down. Ada, Oklahoma will get mad at us, and there'll be a revolt. So what we've done is we've pre-ordered 100 meals, and Chick-fil-A is going to get those to us so that we can just eat in cabin. So we're not stopping nowhere. We're going to start here in Pottsville, and we're going to roll all the way through to Falls Creek. Okay, we're going to be getting to our cabin immediately. So we should be rolling into Falls Creek about noon, somewhere around 12, barring any potty breaks. But I was talking about this with somebody earlier. I don't think we've ever had to stop, knock on wood. That's fake wood. It doesn't even count. But anyhow, paper will count. But we've never had to stop ever. Let's keep that trend alive. All right? We're going to use the bathroom before we leave. We're going to roll out. Okay? But we're going to leave here at what time? Bro. 7:15. She's like, I shouldn't have said nothing. Yeah, we're going to be here at 6:30. Leave by 7:15, okay? We're going to eat Chick-fil-A in the cabin. The cooks will be there ready to roll with us. And then that Saturday, which is June 25th, we should get back on campus around 2. Now, give us some love because that ebbs and flows based on how quickly we get out of the cabin and on how quickly our bus drivers come and get us. And all those things. But we should be back on campus by about 2. I will make sure that all the students text you when we get at the state line. You'll have about an hour and a half-ish, 2 hours, I don't know. Anyhow, hour and a half-ish to get ready to come get them. So we will be in Davis, Oklahoma. If you're curious about where Falls Creek is, Davis, Oklahoma is, if you go past like Tulsa and that area, we're going to keep going down I-40 and then we cut straight south. It's about 4.5 hours away from here. And just a huge youth camp in the middle of absolutely nowhere. And so that's where we'll be if for any reason you might have to come get somebody. If it comes to it and you got to come get somebody for whatever reason, if you got to get your student, I will walk you through that process because parents are not allowed on campus. And we'll go through all the security stuff here in a minute, but just know it's about 4.5 hours away if you got to come get one of your kiddos. So let's talk about housing a little bit. So we're changing cabins again, 3rd year in a row here, yay. And so we are in a new cabin. If you went last year and you know where our cabin was last year, we're a little bit higher up. So your hammies are going to get a little workout, which is great, all right? You've probably been doing nothing but sitting most of the summer. So we're going to work those hammies out, but we're going to be up by the zip line. So if you know where the quad zip line is, then we are right behind the quad zip line. So the nice thing is, when it comes time for rec time, you can just look out our front door, see how long that zip line is, and decide if you want to go or not. There's another hair. Can anybody? Y'all, stop lying. You see it? Right here. I don't know whose hair that is, but I'm going to figure it out and see who's flicking stuff up here. Anyhow, if you can't tell, I'm all sorts of all over the place. So there's our new cabin. So it's the red star right there. We were in cabin 411 last year. So it's not, or no, 422. We were in 422. So it's not that much higher up, but it is higher up. So to kind of give you a little bit of reference of where our cabin is this year, that's where we'll be at. And for those of you who have never been to Falls Creek ever, and this is your first year, I am so excited that you're coming with us. You're going to have a great time and you won't sleep at all. It's going to be fun. But to kind of give you an idea of what Falls Creek looks like, this is a picture of campus, and it doesn't really do it justice because to walk from the Star to number 2 will take you at least 8 minutes. It's a very big campus, but it's easily traversed once you figure out where you're going. So number 1 is the main area that I want you to know about, new people, okay? And even people who have gone before, because sometimes y'all can't figure out where you're supposed to be and when you're supposed to be there. So number 1 is TAB, short for Tabernacle. That's where the worship center is. So you'll meet anytime we do morning worship or evening worship. We'll talk about the schedule in a minute. We'll meet at 1, okay? And the nice thing this year is everybody's going to get a lanyard, and on the back of the lanyard is this, so that you can see it all the time, okay? You got it everywhere you go. So we'll meet at 1 for all of our morning worship and our evening worship. When you go in, you're coming into a worship center that seats 8,000, a little over 8,000. So it's not easy to find us. So what we do is we have a light up Elevate logo. It's about 4 feet tall, and it's literally just the Elevate logo, and it's light blue, and it's lit up, and we hold it up on a I don't know what we hold it up on, PVC pipe maybe, but we hold it up high. So when you come in, you just look for that. That's where we will be, okay? So you'll come in, we'll have all of our seats together. We'll be in different spots every evening. Every morning, you'll be in the spot you were the night before. So just remember that. So that's where Tab is, number one. Number two is the amphitheater. That's where the skate park is. Gaga ball pits are there. There's volleyball down there. There's 9 Square. There's giant chess. There's jungle pong. There's regular ping pong. There's all sorts of stuff and a ton of basketball at 2. So mostly sports and rec time stuff there. Number 3 is the, oh man, it just went, shoo. Thank you. It's the Mac. So anytime in the evening when we do after Tab, they always do something fun in the plaza. You can see that whole area right there is labeled Centennial Plaza. In the plaza, they'll always have something fun going on after evening Tab. So there's some new things this year, like they've got, of course, Silent Disco is in there. If you've ever done Silent Disco before, that's fun. They've got, what do they have? Giant Nerf Wars this year. And a whole bunch of other things. I can't remember what it is. I'll put it out in the group me. We'll talk about the group me in a minute. But there's so many different things going on in 3. 6 is their missions building. 4 is the lodge. 8 is an important place. If you want coffee in the morning or in the afternoon or throughout the day, 8 is where you go, okay? So you've got 8. It also has all the merch. And if you at some point decide, I want to get into pin trading, you pin people, 8 is where you go. Your people are there waiting for you, okay, with wide open arms. So 8 is where all that is. In 9, just above 9, is the medical area, but we won't have to go there at all, period. Y'all stay safe, okay? So that's kind of a rundown of the map a little bit. When we get there, you'll feel overwhelmed at first, but then it'll quickly go away. Don't worry. Okay, it's a very, very easy place to traverse. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Okay, it's gonna be good. All right, so that's a little bit of map. Main thing I wanted to show you was where our new cabin is going to be, so that you guys know where that's at. We are in the process of getting all the food and everything that we need for camp. Of course, feeding 100 people is a logistical nightmare, but we're rolling with it. But we take cooks with us, so if you're curious about how does that work, we take all of our cooks with us. They go. They've been cooking for us for years. They have some new things on the menu today, or next week. That's going to be a banger. I'm talking like some smoked brisket and stuff. And I love how they wait till we have this many people to use my budget to get smoked brisket, but it is what it is. But it's going to be good food, all right? It's going to be really good food. You're going to love it. I say all that to say, I've got a list of all of your food allergies. If you have food allergies, when you went through registration, hopefully you filled that out for me. If you are unaware of whether or not you filled that out for me, please come see me so that I can write down any food allergies that we might have so the cooks can cook for you, okay? They do not mind to do that at all. And they're great. We have 5-star chefs, all right? 5-star. Let's see. Let's look at the daily schedule so that everybody is aware of everything that's going to be going on, when it's going on, and all that good stuff. So, I don't even have the schedule. Is the schedule in there? Nope. Okay, we'll do this by memory. Beck, you don't have like the schedule off, like in a piece of paper somewhere? Oh, look at Carson. It's on the lanyard. She said it with a little bit of sass, but it's on the lanyard. That's what I heard, anyhow. All right, so these are the lanyards you're getting, by the way. Everybody's going to get a lanyard. And on the top of it, it's got the logo, and we're going to put your name on it so that we can all, because there's so many people going. A lot of you are new. We've got some new leadership that'll be with us. And so we want to make sure everybody learns everybody's names. But then, yeah, on the back is the schedule and a map. Thank you, Carson, for reminding me. We wake up every morning by, does anybody remember? 7:30. You're awake by 7:30. Okay, I don't mind if you wake up a little earlier. You can't leave the cabin, but you can wake up earlier if you want to wake up earlier. Your bunkmate may hate you, and if your alarm goes off for an hour, I see you, Landon Jennings. We will take your phone and throw it out the cabin door. It has been done. Ask Landon. So don't be one of those people that sets 20 alarms and doesn't wake up until the last one. Okay. I can see everybody who does that based on who just looked at who in this room. Don't do that. So if you're going to wake up, make sure you're awake. If you're not awake by 7:30, that's when leadership wakes you up. And you don't want to go that route. You want to wake up on your own, trust me. Because the way the leadership team wakes you up is not as friendly as what your awesome alarm will probably be. So make sure that you're up and ready by 7:30. And then at 8 o'clock is breakfast. And so you have to be downstairs ready for the day by 8 o'clock. Now, ready for the day does not mean in your jammy jams, okay, with your snuffleupagus snuggie, okay? It means you got your clothes on ready for the day at 8 o'clock. Come down, eat breakfast with us. Every morning we always eat together every time. We're a family when we go to Falls Creek. So we break bread together. 8 o'clock will be breakfast. And then after breakfast is quiet time. So you'll get a pamphlet, brochure thing. Everybody will get one of those when we get there. And it's going to have a morning devotion in it. And you'll just find some quiet time after breakfast. You can do it before you come to breakfast if you want to. But everybody after breakfast does their quiet time, does some reflection on the day before, all that good stuff. And then at 9 o'clock, we do our in-cabin study. That's being led by Tommy Woodard, as it is every single year. And he'll do a great job. I'm going to do my best to keep you awake. This year, I have a new element for in-cabin morning time that y'all are going to love. It's going to be amazing, and we're going to have a great time at morning at our in-cabin Bible study time at 9 o'clock. You will be awake by 9. Trust me. You awake mentally. Anyhow, so 9 o'clock's that, and then after that, free to roam about, all right? Free to roll out, do what you want to do. But at 11 o'clock starts the morning worship, okay? That's when you got to be at number 1. Prior to 11, find us, okay? The doors open at 10:40, so somewhere between 10:40 and preferably 10:55, come find us, okay? My philosophy is always, if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. All right, so I would love for y'all to be just a smidge early, okay? That way I don't have to send leadership out to look for you and try and figure out where in the world you possibly are. So, doors open for morning tab at 10:40, and then morning worship kicks off at 11. And if I haven't woken you up by that point, you are definitely awake by that point. It's crazy. It's high octane. A lot of games are going on, and then worship kicks off, and then there is a Bible study based on the theme, which is Matthew 28, 18 through 20, about how the disciples were commanded, not just the disciples, us, commanded to go, right? Make disciples of all nations. You've probably heard that Bible verse before. And so we'll be going over all that every morning, talking about the greatest, which is, of course, God, the greatest of all, the GOAT. And so after morning worship is lunch at noon. So we immediately leave Tab, and we go straight back to the cabin to eat lunch, okay? After lunch, it's a free-for-all, okay? There's so many things after lunch. I'm going to try and shoot through them extremely fast, okay? But after lunch is all of the activity time from breakouts. I will be posting the breakout schedule in the GroupMe later today so that everybody can kind of get an idea of what breakout they want to attend. So there are going to be a ton of breakouts specific for different people, for female students, male students, students that are interested in worship, students that are interested in pastoring, students who come from a broken home. I mean, so many different things. It's really all over the board. So my requirement is that everybody goes to a breakout session. And then when you go to that breakout session, that night you find your family group leader and you say, this is the breakout session I went to. This is what it was about. All right? That way we can know that you went to a breakout. Go as a group if you want to go as a group, but everybody's got to go to a breakout session. And so I'll be sending those breakouts later, so be looking for those. And then, of course, missions. You can visit the missions village, which is just, I was going to say south. Y'all don't know what that is. Just below Mech on the map. It's building number, good Lord, 6 on here, all right? So building number 6, go check it out. Learn about all the different missionaries and stuff that are going on and that are being sent out. And some of them will be there with us that week, and so that's going to be really neat. You'll be able to hear their stories. And then, of course, Rec. So I'm not even going to try and go over all the things that Rec is. If you were here for promo night, you know that there's a sport for everybody, okay? I mean, literally everything. There's snooker ball. Anybody? No snooker ball people? It's crazy because they've got it. I didn't even know what it was. I had to look it up. All right, so they've got everything. A couple of new things this year is there's a soccer tournament this year. There's going to be a pickleball tournament and all that good stuff. And so it's going to be, there's a lot, of course, on top of all the other tournaments. Now, volleyball. I know a few of y'all were sending me teams. We're going to have to figure out how we're going to do that, and we'll figure that out, don't worry, before we get to that point. But there's so many people wanting to be in the volleyball tournament that we're going to have to decide who's going to be just straight girls and who wants to play co-ed with some of the guys, okay? That way everybody can play in a volleyball tournament. So we'll talk about that when we get to Falls Creek. Just know, might not be able to have that specific team, if that makes sense. It'll be close. But we'll talk about that later. We're not going to worry about it in this meeting. But the volleyball tournaments and all that will be taking place as well. And then, of course, during the afternoon, you can go, trade pins. You can go meet new people. Try not to meet your future husband and fawn over him for the rest of the week. Just go and have fun, okay? Make sure you're drinking lots of water. It's not going to be as hot, though, as it has been in the past. I was looking today. The highest high is like 91, which is crazy. It's still going to be hot. It feels like it's going to be hot. We're going to be in Oklahoma. But it's not going to be as bad as what it has been. So, but make sure you're drinking lots of water. Something new this year, okay, is that we are not going to provide an unlimited supply of water bottles, like the packs of 40 and stuff. We will have some, but we're not going to supply it all week because every night I'm throwing away 20 of those bad boys, and every single one of them's full, but it's been drunk one time, right? So we're not going to do that, okay? This year, bring your own bottle, all right? You're going to bring your own water bottle. Everybody catching with me on this one? Bring your own bottle, okay? Bring your own water bottle. We're going to have Gatorade flowing 24/7. I think the cooks are going to even have some sweet tea and lemonade rolling 24/7. It's going to be like you're on a cruise line. But make sure you got your water bottle. I don't want to have to throw away any more plastic bottles. I feel like I'm hurting the earth, all right? So just bring your own bottle so we ain't got to worry about that, okay? And make sure you're drinking throughout the day. And so that's part of rec, that's part of missions, that's part of breakout, that's part of the afternoon. And then we go to dinner. Dinner is always at 6 o'clock. It's super easy. Breakfast is always at 8, lunch is always at 12, dinner is always at 6. Okay? Be back in the cabin ready to eat by 6. Now, you can decide if you want to shower before dinner or after dinner, but you need to shower before you go to tab. Okay? Before we go to evening worship, you need to clean yourself. Okay? Because it's going to be hot. You're going to be sweaty. You're going to be nasty. Nobody wants to sit next to you in tab for however long we're in there with you smelling like that. So shower, clean yourself up. Okay? We will say multiple times at Falls Creek, wash yourself. Okay? Wash yourself. We don't want the smelliness to begin to enter the cabin. I will say, ladies, I have heard that y'all's side is always the nastiest. So try and stay clean. I never thought we would be in a time where I would have to say, ladies, clean your area and wash yourself, because the guys are doing it, but the girls are not. So just let's, as a community of people who will be living together for a week, let's wash ourselves, okay? So dinner's at 6. You can clean up before or after. Tab doors will open at 6:55. All right, at 6:55 you can go into tab. Evening worship kicks off at 7:30. Now every evening you have to look for the logo. Try and find where we're sitting, because every evening we move. Okay, there's some times where we get to be right up front. There's other times where we're clear in the back. It's okay. We're going to rotate throughout tab. They do that on purpose. But we will be there with the logo, so look for us. Evening worship kicks off at 7:30. Worship is going to be amazing. It's being led by an amazing worship team from Oklahoma City. And so worship is going to be really good, as it is every year. Our speaker this year is Julius Tennall II from Washington. Amazing pastor. If you haven't, I will upload some stuff into the group me later of him speaking. Down to earth dude, and he's going to be an amazing person. You're really going to connect with him. And so that's evening worship at 7:30. And then at 9 o'clock, youth camp late night is what that's called. That's when everything kicks off in the plaza, from block parties out there to concerts to different things are going to be going on every night at 9 o'clock. So you can check all that out. All the different stuff in MEC is taking place at that same time, so you won't want to miss that. And then you have to be back in cabin by when? Does anybody know? 10:10. I'll give you 10:10 this year. Okay, 10:10, we kick off our evening devotion at 10:15. My rule is this. Are you ready? If you come through the cabin door at 10:11, you wash dishes the next day. Okay? Heaven forbid it's the syrup day for breakfast. Okay? We call that KP, Kitchen Patrol. It's really important to me and the security team at Falls Creek that you are back in the cabin by that time. I say 10:10, they say 10:15. Okay? I want you back so I know none of my kiddos are out past 10:15. Okay? So if you have found your future husband, your future spouse, your future wife, they will still be there tomorrow, the next day. So just bye, I gotta go so I don't have to wash dishes the next day. Be ready to go for night devos, okay? Back in cabin by 10:10, evening cabin devotionals kick off at 10:15. And we've already got small groups ready to go. You've already been broken up into groups. They're solid. You're gonna have a lot of fun. We do a small group competition every single night. This year's a little different because we've got a competition that will take place throughout the entire week and will end Friday night. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a good time with that. So that is a little bit of the daily schedule. I want to talk about safety at camp a little bit since I did mention it just now a little bit because I know a few of you guys have texted me and I love that you guys are concerned about the safety. I've been talking way too much today. But safety is the number one concern. Okay, we are very concerned about safety, not just here at Possible FBC, but so is Falls Creek. I know if you do a quick Google search, you'll see some things. I know that, but I will tell you this, that Falls Creek is going to be the most secure place your kiddo will be all summer, barring your home. Okay, outside your home, I can guarantee you Falls Creek is probably going to be the safest place they will ever find themselves this summer. Falls Creek has their own police department. They have their own hospital, and it really is a hospital. I've had to take a kiddo there before. I mean, they've got doctors, nurses on staff ready to go, and they're great people. But everybody there has been background checked, from their workers to the staff there. Everybody on our team has been background checked, from our cooks all the way to our leadership team members. I mean, you cannot get on campus without a background check. And I literally do mean that. You cannot get on campus without a background check. And so I said earlier, like, if you want to come get a kiddo, we've had that happen before where parents have had to come get a kid, family emergency, whatever. They will not let you come through the gate. They will stop you at the gate. They will call me. I will grab your kiddo. We'll get their stuff, and we'll meet you down at the gate. That's how serious they are about safety at Falls Creek. So safety there is just as much as important to them as it is to us. They've got policies and procedures in place that protect staff, students, everybody. And so just know your kiddos will be safe while they're with us. They're in good hands. We have an amazing leadership team. And so we're going to have a good time with them. Just know that it is a very safe place. And so safety is a number one concern. And so, yeah, if you have any questions that go beyond that, holler at me later and I'll answer them for you. Let's talk code of conduct. I'm going to read you a blurb from our policy about code of conduct because not that theirs isn't good, but I'm going to govern you by our code of conduct policy here at Pottsville. All right, so it says this: neither Pottsville FBC or Falls Creek condones or encourages any activity on grounds that would humiliate any camper, including intimidation, initiation, hazing, and or pranks, the P word, okay? No pranks. I'm not going to overdo the prank thing this year. I feel like y'all know by now. No pranks, okay? Furthermore, we will not tolerate any activity that would harm any camper, such as violence or abuse. Students will not be permitted to leave the grounds unless accompanied by a sponsor. Excessive volume from a Cats of Falls Creek thing. We're not going to be too excessive. Use or possession of illegal drugs, alcohol, or tobacco of any type is not permitted on the grounds. Includes e-cigarettes. And the possession of weapons of any sort is prohibited at Falls Creek. Pets, animals, other than service dogs, cannot go. No fluffy. No fireworks, no rock throwing, no water fighting, no laser pointers. And shaving cream is for who? People who shave. All right? Not for you to put in the hand of the person sleeping next to you and tickle their face, okay? It's not what shaving cream is for. For the safety of all guests at Falls Creek, now I'm going to roll into some Falls Creek stuff. Skates, rollerblades, skateboards are permitted only in the Swift Park skate area at designated times. There's no wading or swimming allowed in the creeks or in the lake unless there's a Falls Creek lifeguard present. No swimming, wading, and pools are allowed at any cabins, so no kiddie pools. Don't even think about it. No camera drones. I get that one a lot. Drones are not allowed. Okay, no camera drones, no remote-controlled flying devices can be operated on the grounds without permission from the director, Todd, and he won't give it to you. I've tried. He's very stingy on that. Anyhow, zero tolerance. You ready for my zero tolerance? These are the things that I'll call mommy and daddy if you do. Are you ready? Zero tolerance on things like sneaking out. Don't sneak out. It'll be the last time you leave the cabin. All right? Don't sneak out. I don't want to have to call mom and dad to come get you. It's a 4.5-hour drive. Okay? No drugs. No alcohol. Don't do it. You guys know me by now. You know what I expect. There's not a whole lot that, like, I'm pretty, how do I word it? I will give you as much freedom as you prove to me that you can handle. Okay? So don't do any of that stuff. There'll be consequences if they're violated. Okay? I'll give you, oh, there it is. I have the line in here right now. I will give you freedom until you give me a reason not to. Nailed it. So, don't do those things, okay? You guys know me. You know what I expect. Don't break the rules, okay? Dress code. Let's talk dress code for a minute. Actually, I won't talk about it. I'm going to show you a video. Okay, I'm going to task you with something, Beck, and I'm going to see if you can handle it. Beck is my beautiful wife. If you have never met her, that's her back there in the back. You're going to do something for me while I talk about dress code. You're going to go up in the brain. You're going to go to Safari. You're going to pause YouTube. And then report back. Okay. She's not going to be able to do it. Oh, I forgot I'm on in the foyer. Love you. Anyhow, while she's doing that, we do understand the desire for fashionable attire. Okay? I'm a poster child for what is socially trending right now. Right? Like, I mean, look at me. I'm a handsome guy. I get it. Okay? You want to look good, like I look good. But we do require that you wear modest clothing, okay? So modesty is just one of those biblical principles that we you know, that can keep people focused on the important things it can, okay? Now, it's not crazy, all right? So don't be like, oh my gosh, that's so stingy. We're pretty lenient. I will say this, a big thing. Are you good up there? Should have only taken you like 5 seconds. Got it. Gotcha. She didn't do it right. I'm telling you right now. She can't hear me because she's up there. So anyhow, so I'm going to say this real quick before she comes back down. Oh, this has nothing to do with her. I'm just going to say it anyways. Girls, if you've got a dress code question, don't ask me, okay? I don't care. You will ask her, okay? She will be the one to tell you whether or not it's good or not. I know a few of you guys have already started to send her things like, hey, is this appropriate? That's perfect. Don't send that junk to me, send it to her, okay? Dudes, you can ask me, but come on. Just know what to wear, all right? Just no short shorts. That's weird to me. I don't know why y'all do that. No, like that. If I can see your drawers, it's not good. All right, so now that you're back, unmute CPU. Turn it up just a smidge. Let's see if you did it right.
Welcome to the Falls Creek Youth Camp's dress code.
You did it.
Dress codes are in place so all campers can enjoy a fun and safe environment. Before we get into specifics, all apparel judgments will be left to the discretion of the Falls Creek staff. If a staff member determines a camper or campers should change their clothing to fall in line with the camp requirements, then those campers are required to do so. This video will give campers an idea of what is acceptable and what is not. If there is any doubt, please remember, modesty is always the acceptable standard. Now, let's be specific. These types of shirts are always acceptable. Remember, sleeveless shirts must extend all the way to the shoulder seam. Shorts must be modest. Modest can generally be defined as extending to just beyond the fingertips or a 5-inch to 7-inch inseam. Dresses and skirts must reach the top of the knee, and shoes must be worn at all times outside of your cabin. Tights may be worn under a garment that meets the dress code. As a reminder, tights are not pants. The campers must not wear tight-fitting or revealing clothing. This includes leggings or similar attire, which cannot be worn as pants. No tank tops or shirts cut down the sides. Undergarments must always be covered by outer garments. So, no boxer shorts hanging out or bra straps showing. No midriff or racerbacks, and no sports bras as tops. This includes the 5K. Also, no spaghetti strap tank tops or dresses. Apparel must not display tobacco, alcohol, controlled substances, or inappropriate language or pictures. When it comes to swimwear for the swim areas, we would like to again stress modesty. T-shirts and cover-ups must be worn to and from swimming venues. Guys should wear fingertip-length shorts that are not tight-fitting. Ladies should wear modest one-piece bathing suits. No short shorts, tight-fitting shorts, or two-piece bathing suits are allowed. Campers cannot be barefoot on the way to and from swimming venues. Please remember, all of the dress code applies during the 5K. Thank you for complying with our dress code. We pray you have an awesome time at Falls Creek Youth Camp.
Hey, can y'all give it up for Becca? She nailed it. You didn't get much, but you got more than I did. So anyhow, so that's dress code. I mean, it's pretty simple. But if you've got questions, ladies, see Becca. Gentlemen, see me. I'll answer those the best that I can. She'll answer them the best that she can. But you can ask those questions after the meeting. If you have not yet started to look for items for your theme nights, all right, we are having theme nights every night. So what that means is every night at Tab, we go dressed in a certain theme, okay? And so this year, these are the themes that we've got. We've got Monday night will be Christmas in July. I would hesitate wearing a sweater. It's July, okay? But Christmas in July, however that looks for you. Tuesday night is Soldier Boy. And I don't know how many 2000s parents we got in here, but y'all remember Soldier Boy. I don't know if they do as much, but, like the gangster style, like Becca's got camo pants, baggy, white tee with a chain type deal. So Soldier Boy. Wednesday night is Neon Night. That's the night we go crazy, not just at Tab, but we also go crazy back in cabin. Neon Night is an amazing night. Go all out. We even get you stuff for that, okay? So Neon Night, Jersey Night, Thursday night, and then Friday night's Rhyme Without Reason. So if you don't know what Rhyme Without Reason is, I can tell you, like for me and Becca, we've got chef and ref. So I will dress like a ref, she will dress like a chef. It doesn't make any sense, but it rhymes, all right? That's Rhyme Without Reason, okay? So you find a buddy, you guys rhyme without reason, and it'll be a good time. Don't get crazy with this. Go to Goodwill. Go to Goodwill, go to Marva. Is CJ's still a thing? Oh, they're gone, huh? But go to those places, all right? Hey, get on Facebook Marketplace and be like, hey, I'm looking for some Soldier Boy. You might word it differently, but you come up with something. But yeah, those are the theme nights, all right, for Falls Creek. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have a good time with that. You'll get dressed up before we leave, or after dinner. You'll get dressed up, and we'll go and have a good time at Tab, dressed up with this stuff. It's a great time. Other church cabins, they go all out with some other things. I saw an inflatable dinosaur one time. That got nixed really quick by staff. But yeah, so it's just a good time. Just a way to connect with each other and have fun with one another. So let's get into the nitty gritty here. Let's talk about some things to bring. Because I know mamas, you guys, this is your bread and butter. This is what you are here for, okay? What to bring. So we keep it super simple. Don't forget these things. Let's start with a Bible, right? Church camp, let's start with that. So a Bible, a notepad, and a pen. Some spending money because, again, you can go get coffee, you can get merch, you can do all that stuff. If you find your future spouse, you can buy him or her an icy, and you guys can go on an icy date together and just enjoy what is going to be your future and talk about all the things you're going to do in the house you're going to build together. So you'll want spending money for that. Water bottle, because again, I'm not giving you, I think we took, Evan, you're here. How many pallets of water did you guys donate? Like 25? Or like packs? Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was a lot. It was way too much water. And I threw more away than y'all drank. So, bring a water bottle. Twin size bedding, okay? You need to have twin size bedding for your kiddo. That can be a sleeping bag. That can just be twin size bedding, and they can just make their bed, right? If your kiddo is one of those ones that's like, oh, I got to sleep with my best friend, then it's whatever two twins are. Queen? King. I get that wrong every year. Get king size bedding. So him and him Anyhow, so they can build their shanty together, okay? If you're like some of the guys, just give them sheets, because I've seen 5 bunks pushed together with a little space in between with a fan sitting on top that was working like a ceiling fan. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. So just give them something to sleep with and they will figure it out, okay? They're going to need a pillow. They're going to need some towels, hygiene items, because we are going to what? We're going to wash ourselves, okay? Hygiene items, sunscreen, because it is summer, don't forget. I know you're like, oh, I've got my base tan. You'll still burn, okay? So sunscreen, bring it. And then the last one there, good attitudes, okay? Leave the bad attitudes here. We don't need that, okay? So those are some of the things to make sure that you remember. Mamas, did we get a picture? We good? All right. Here's some items to forget, okay? Let's forget overly fancy clothing, except for theme nights. Now, really, none of the themes require fancy clothing, so just forget it, okay? Don't bring it. Expensive jewelry or smartwatches, nobody cares, right? You don't have to come bling. Well, unless it's Soldier Boy, but don't be bringing real diamonds for Soldier Boy night. That would be ridiculous, okay? Absolutely ridiculous. Because unsaved people go to church camp too, right? So things can go missing, and I don't want your 24-karat, Soldier Boy necklace that you got to go missing. So, and smartwatches, go without it if you want. Bring it at your own risk, okay? Don't come to me and say, hey, somebody stole my smartwatch, and think that Possible First Baptist is going to buy you a brand new smartwatch. That's not happening, okay? So don't bring that stuff. Forget it at the house. Don't bring gaming consoles, okay? Well, you ain't doing that. You ain't going to do it. Don't bring clothes you'll never wear. I normally kind of point this out to the female students, but we're trending in the opposite direction with that one. So don't bring clothes that you'll never wear. I'm limited on space in my trailer, okay? Plus, if you remember last year, especially in the ladies' side, y'all were like, there's not a lot of space, okay? So bring what you need, okay? Bring what you need. We're only going for a week. That's it. And then forget bad attitudes. We don't want those, okay? You're going to remember the good attitude, and you're going to leave the bad attitude, okay? So those are some things to remember and some things to forget. Medical info. So all medications, if your kiddo takes a medication of any kind, it needs to be in its original prescription, okay? Don't send them with a Ziploc baggie of something that I'm supposed to know what in the world that even is, okay? Make sure it is in its original container along with a medication administration form if we're giving it to them, okay? If I am going to have to give them their medicine, like you can't trust them to take it. And if they don't take it, they will be not good, okay? I will make sure that they take it, okay? Even if I have to roll it up in a piece of meat and like pretend like you're like, here, just eat this real quick. It's just ham, I promise. I will do that to make sure they take their medicine. So if you don't trust your kiddo to take their own medicine, let me know. We'll get you a medication form, and we will make sure that they take it. On that form, I'll need to know exactly what it is, the dosage, and how much they have to take, like how many times in the day. If you feel like they can handle it on their own, they're grown, and they can do it, then let them do it. You don't have to worry about the form, you don't have to worry about telling me, but it still needs to be in that original medical bottle or box or whatever, okay? Don't bring them with the 7-day deal with their pills in it, okay? It's got to be in its original container. Inhaler folks, y'all know who y'all are, okay? You got to have your inhaler, okay? Especially if you're doing anything with rec. You have to have your inhaler on you. So make sure that you have your inhalers, you bring them with you. An inhaler does you no good at Falls Creek. When you're at the rec fields, which is about you can't even walk to it. You've got to drive. So it's a distance away from the cabin. It doesn't do you any good. So make sure you have your inhaler on you, okay? Carry it with you. So that's a little bit about medical info. Again, got to be in its package. If I'm giving it to them, it's got to have the medicine dosage frequency on the form. Inhaler's got to be carried. Is everybody in the group me? If you're not in the group me, this is your moment to scan that code and get in the group me. Now it's going to ask you, have you registered for Falls Creek? Just put in there parent meeting or PM, something that I know that you were here tonight, okay? So just put that in there, and then I will approve that later tonight and get all you guys in there. Parents, all the information that we're talking about tonight will be loaded up into there in the form of a video. We'll have the theme nights are in there, the cabin locations in there, daily schedules in there, all that good stuff, all the nitty gritty of Falls Creek is going to be in the group meet, and that's where we will post everything. So make sure you get into that group meet, and I will approve that later, okay? But after that, you'll be getting all the messages, and we'll make sure that we update everything and times and all that stuff. Some things that are new this year. I want to talk about some things that are new because we have some new stuff going on this year. So Falls Creek has a clear bag policy this year. So you can't just roll into Tab with your fanny pack. They don't work like that no more unless your fanny pack is clear. Thank you. It's a clear bag policy now. The only exception is your Bible, okay? You still have to go to a separate line where they will have you open your Bible case and they'll go through it, make sure there's nothing crazy in there. But everything else has to be clear bag only. And so if you need to take a bag for any reason, it needs to be clear bag. Along those lines, again, and I stress this every year, if you try and make any jokes while standing in line at Tab about how you have a gun or a bomb or I've got something in my bag, ha ha ha, isn't that funny? They will kick you out. Not out of Tab, out of Falls Creek, and I'll have to call mommy and daddy. So no jokes. No jokes about having things you shouldn't have. Okay, they take it very serious. Again, Falls Creek is a very safe place. So clear bag policy, don't make jokes about the clear bag policy when you get in line. Don't make jokes about having things you shouldn't have. Your Bible case will still have to get gone through in a separate line if you have a Bible case. And so just know that you don't need to make any jokes. The water bottle, bring a water bottle, okay? We're not going to supply that. We have the new 4-level ropes course is now open at Falls Creek. It's amazing looking. If you're one of those people, if you don't like heights, not for you, okay? But that's open. And then I talked about it a little bit, but lanyards. Every student's going to get a lanyard this year, and on the front, your name will be on it. On the back is the map and the schedule. It looks a lot like this one right here. All right, so everybody get one of these. Hey, collect them. You know, remember your time at Falls Creek. Everyone will have a theme on it every year, and you can just be a collector's item for you. And then also on your lanyard, you will get the 2026 Elevate pin, which looks a lot like this one right here. It is that one, by the way. It's amazing. It's awesome, and you're going to want it to trade because you're going to get into pin trading, which you'll say you won't, and then the first trade you do, you'll be hooked like crack. It's crazy. It's just really fun. So everybody will get one of those. And then some of y'all were asking about the shirts. This is our shirts for this year. Just greater than comfortable is on the front. On the back are all of the theme nights. So we got worship like it matters, go like it's urgent, connect like family, and grow like it's eternal. And then, of course, as always, the Falls Creek theme logo on the sleeve. So everybody will get one of those when we get to camp. Because if I give them to you now, half of y'all won't bring it back. So we'll give those to you at camp with your lanyard, with your pin, with your pamphlet, with your armband, okay? Everybody will get an armband that goes to Falls Creek. It just tells the staff, hey, I belong here. So those are some of the new things this year. Clear bag policy. Everybody needs to bring a water bottle. 4-level ropes course, everybody's going to get a lanyard. So that's some of the stuff that's new. And then lastly, if you have any questions from tonight, look at this, 5:52, I'm rolling. If you have any questions, parents, I'll be right here. Come ask me. I'm an open book, okay? I'm a plethora of knowledge, a cornucopia, if you will, of things to know, okay? It doesn't even have to be about Falls Creek. You want to know why water's wet? Come see me, I'll tell you. All right, I figured it out. So if you got questions, come see me. Make sure that you are in the group meet. And then if you are here and you haven't registered yet, you need to register. If you are here and you haven't paid yet, you need to pay. Okay, you can pay via Cash App right there. You can use the QR to register. You can use the QR to pay Cash App. Or if you want to see my beautiful, beautiful bride in the back, she will take cash or check from you and sign off that you have paid. One last thing, before you leave, if you did not put your kiddo's name on a sheet in the lobby, I will think that they were never here. I will think you were never here. And I will be reaching out saying, hey, where were you? Okay, so make sure before you leave on both sides of the lobby are check-in sheets find your kiddo's name or find your name, sign yourself in. That'll tell me that you were here, and you'll be good to go. You don't have to do it on both, one or the other. Okay? Cool? Y'all ready for Falls Creek? Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. All right. I got nothing else for y'all. So y'all have a good night. I'll see you.